You know that weird feeling, right? The one where it feels like the universe is suddenly screaming the same word or showing you the same thing over and over again? Well, you're not going crazy, and we're about to break down exactly what's going on inside your head.
So think about this. It usually starts with something small. You come across a new word, a word you are absolutely positive you have never ever heard in your life.
And then what happens? It's everywhere. Suddenly, it's in the article you're reading, you hear it on a TV show, your friend drops it in a conversation. It feels like a glitch in the matrix. Or let's talk about the classic example. You spend weeks, maybe even months researching your next car. You finally land on it. You're going to get a red one.
The next day, you're driving to work, and what is happening? Every other car is red. It's like a secret meeting of red car owners was called overnight. But here's the thing. The world didn't change. Your brain did. And this isn't magic. It's actually a really cool feature of how we see the world.
All right, so let's put a name to this thing, because it's not just a coincidence. It's a well-known cognitive bias, and it actually has a few different names.
The official, sciencey term is the frequency illusion. The key word there is perception. The number of red cars didn't actually increase. What changed was your awareness. Your brain has now flagged that thing as important, so it starts pointing it out to you everywhere.
Of course, we're calling it the red car theory, which is super intuitive. But the wildest name for it, the one you might have heard, is the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. And the story behind that name is just so random. Get this. Back in 1994, some person on a newspaper forum in Minnesota just happened to hear a mention of the Baader-Meinhof gang, a German militant group from the 70s, twice in 24 hours. They commented about it, and the name just stuck. It took until 2005 for a Stanford linguist to give it the much more sensible name frequency illusion. So, what's actually happening in your brain to make this work? Well, it's not just one thing. It's more like a 1-2 punch combo of mental shortcuts that team up to create this powerful illusion. Here's how it plays out. First, you've got selective attention. Your brain tags red cars as important. It creates a new filter. Then, confirmation bias steps in. Every time you see a red car, your brain goes, "See? I knew it. They're everywhere." It's collecting evidence to prove itself right, while conveniently ignoring all the dozens of blue, white, and black cars driving right past.
And this isn't just some abstract idea. There's actual hardware in your brain running this show. It's a bundle of nerves called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. You can think of it as the VIP bouncer for your conscious mind.
Now, to understand how important this bouncer is, look at these numbers. Every single second, your senses are bombarded with about 11 million bits of information. But your conscious brain, it can only process about 50. 50. The RAS is what decides which 50 bits get past the velvet rope. So when you decide red cars are important, you're basically giving new instructions to your bouncer.
Okay, so this is way more than just a fun fact about seeing cars and words. This mental shortcut has some pretty massive effects on our real, everyday lives, for better and sometimes for worse.
And really quick, it's helpful to know about its close cousin, the recency illusion. The frequency illusion is thinking, wow, this is suddenly so common. The recency illusion is when you think, wow, this must be brand new, just because you only just noticed it. They often go hand in hand and can seriously mess with our perception of what's what.
And this is where it gets really important. You ever look up a pair of shoes online and then suddenly see ads for those exact shoes on every single website you visit? That's marketers using the frequency illusion on you. In a more serious setting, a doctor who just learns about a rare disease might start seeing its symptoms everywhere, potentially leading to a misdiagnosis. It's the engine that fuels conspiracy theories, too. Once you believe something, your brain finds proof everywhere. It can even warp our view of society, making us feel like a group we fear is far more common than they actually are.
But here's the amazing part. If our brain is already programmed to filter reality based on what we focus on, what if we took control of the filter? What if we could actually harness this illusion and make it work for us?
This is the big, powerful idea behind it all. The red car theory proves that, to a huge extent, you find what you're looking for. Your reality isn't just what's happening out there, it's shaped by the instructions you give your own brain.
So you can literally program your own reticular activating system, tell it what's important. If you focus intensely on a goal, your brain will start to notice opportunities and resources you would have completely missed before. Want to learn a new skill?
Focus on it, and you'll suddenly see chances to learn and practice everywhere. You can even train your brain to spot more gratitude or find more solutions just by deciding to look for them.
It really does boil down to this simple but incredibly profound idea. Whatever you point your attention at is going to expand in your world. The spotlight is always on, and you get to choose where to aim it.
So, now you know the secret. You know your brain is out there, actively searching for patterns based on what you've told it is important. The question is, what are you going to tell it to look for? What red cars, what opportunities, what positive moments, what next steps are you going to start seeing today?